So we know when we want to fix a tendon or a ligament or the plantar fascia that we need collagen synthesis to take place. So collagen synthesis only takes place, or we accelerate it, by putting something under load. So it knows that it needs to fix. It's a bit like building muscle. It doesn't happen unless you use it. So we need to put it under load. So we need to beat this thing called stress shielding. So what is stress shielding? Well, an example or perhaps a metaphor to use is thinking of your hand. If you broke one of your fingers and you had to carry something, you would take the load. So say I'd broken my middle finger, my pinky finger, I would take the load in the other fingers of my hand and my thumb and just leave that one and not use it, right, to protect it. And the body knows this, it does it automatically. So if you've got fibres in, let's say your tendon, or let's say your plantar fascia, obviously, say you've got 4 fibres, you've got a lot more than that. If one of them is torn or damaged, the other 3 will take all the load. So that means when you're trying to put load through to repair your injury, what's happening most of the time is these 3 are taking all the load and you're not actually putting any through this one. So therefore you're not signaling collagen synthesis to happen in the damaged one. So what you need to do is isometric loading, because isometric loading will put these 3 under tension, but after a while they start to relax. So you know when you're holding something tight, you gradually it sort of gets easier. These 3 will start to relax, and then what happens is the load will start to go through the damaged one, which will then cause the signal for the repair and for the collagen synthesis to happen. So I recommend, and this comes from research from Keith Barr et al., 4 sets of 30 seconds holds to get over the stress shielding so that we send the signal to the damaged fibre. 4 sets, 30 seconds of isometric loading with 2 minutes rest in between, especially at first, because you need to just give it that bit of rest and load it for 30 seconds, but you have to take it easy at first. So that might mean that you're sitting on the floor with your legs, feet against the wall, and you just push with your toes against the wall for 30 seconds. It might feel like it starts to cramp up or whatever, but kind of lay off it a bit, especially at first. As you get further on through your rehab, you'll be able to do like calf raises with your toes raised, because when the calf is raised, you get tension through the Achilles, through the heel that way, so it's pulling at the back of the plantar fascia. And if you can raise your toes as well on a towel, then you'll get loading at the front of the plantar fascia. But do not do that at first, because that'll just stretch it and just make it first. I'll do loads of exercises in other videos, but I wanted you to understand what stress shielding is and why we need to overcome it. And I must admit, when I was first getting over my plantar fasciitis, I kept forgetting this part, but knowing it makes me want to hold the stretches for hold the load for 30 seconds. I keep saying stretches. Don't think of it as stretching. I know so many of these resources tell you to stretch. Please do not stretch it, especially at first, because you'll just aggravate it more. Keep going. I'll get you.